Let's do this.
Wait, why are you videoing?
School run time. Say morning. You're on the vlog.
I'm not, oh, okay.
Really?
Morning.
Say morning.
We are almost at school. Sad times. Oh, Daddy, I got a joke. Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill? No, to get to the bottom.
So, first negotiation today was with the kids at the breakfast table. Morning. How's everybody? You all full of the joys of spring? Morning. We had a negotiation about me going back to New Zealand and Australia in a couple of months' time, which will be the second time this year. And of course it's important to get their buy-in, you know, if I'm going to go travel the world, I need them to be okay with that. So that was the negotiation, and we had an agreement. Everyone was fine with me going back, with one exception. 10-year-old daughter turned around and said, you can go as long as you don't go first class. Now, the reason for this is because when I went a few months ago, on the way back, Emirates, who are a fantastic airline, upgraded me to first class. And I have never done first class before. Let me tell you, first class is something else. And it looked a little bit like this. And so I came back with all kinds of cool stories about being in first class, about showering at 40,000 feet, about the very nice champagne and the freebies that they give you, and just the wonderful, wonderful service from the stewardesses, who are all superb. But apparently my daughter, and in fact my middle child, my son, also decided that he was not enamored by it. They did not enjoy the fact that I flew first class without them. And so Zoe said to me this morning, am I coming? And I went, sorry, you're in school. And she went, okay, you can't go first class then. So I think I'm going to need to carry on the negotiations with this one. It's quite a tricky negotiation, because you know what? If Emirates want to upgrade me again, I am definitely going to enjoy it and not stop them. So Beth, what are you thinking minutes before Facebook Live?
I'm thinking, what am I doing? I'm really hungry. I really want a piece of chocolate. And yeah, I'm just gonna make this up like as go along.
As you grow up, right?
Yeah.
So
No, we need to talk about
okay,
the
let's, yeah.
I'm on the same lines about the fact that you know more people, so you've got bigger network.
Okay, so we have just finished recording the upstart of Facebook Live today, and during the Facebook Live my phone went off and said this really bizarre thing. A seriously great time to think about starting it. Of course, one of the big cons here is
I love you, my darling, so much. I'm so sorry I'll have to leave you. I love you, bye bye. I love you.
So that'll be my kids changing the name of my phone. So when Siri pipes up, it says all kinds of random things. So
That's really
and that will be my kids and their friends changing my name on my phone. That rather embarrassing moment happening. So kids, if you are watching this, you will pay for that. It will come back and haunt you somehow, some way. Just saying, love, Dad. So I want to give you a quick update on some of the things that we've talked about in previous vlogs, which are currently left open and may need a little bit of closure. Number one. In episode 3, I talked about going for an MRI scan because of exertional headaches. The results came back from the MRI scan and they are all clear, which is great news. My head is normal. Obviously the jokes can start. So the exercise that causes my exertional headaches, though, I have discovered is something called a double under, which is where you're skipping, right, with a skipping rope, but every time you jump up you try and get the rope around twice before you land. They're called double unders, and I was just getting to grips with those actually. It took me a little while to master them, but apparently they're what causes the headaches, so I have stopped doing them for a little while to see if that solves the problem. In episode 5, I talk about the fact that I have a meeting about merging some companies together to create one supersized company. The good news is that is all well in progress. We are doing a 6-month merger where I am merging some of my companies and their companies together. We are going to create one super e-commerce agency, and all is going forward with that. And the agency is going to be called Curious, and trust me, it is going to be epic. One super phenomenal, fantastic e-commerce agency, which I'm really keen to be involved with. You should see the developments which are coming. Stay tuned because they are epic. If you follow the Facebook Lives, you would have heard me talk about something called e-commerce mastery, which is a course that we have developed. It's like a digital learning course, an online course all around e-commerce. So for those who are wanting to start an e-commerce business, or probably more so for those that already have an e-commerce business and really want to drive that thing forward, we work through the step-by-step process of how we do e-commerce, and we put all that together in a course. It's exactly what we do on our consulting, and we called it Mastery, e-commerce mastery. Well, I am pleased to announce that we are this far away from launching that course finally. We are getting there. Tomorrow I'm going to record some final videos, the last videos for that course, which is fantastic. After I finished my website here, I just need to put the finishing touches on those videos, and we are going to be good to go. Question of the vlog is, what is the best thing about being a dad? I mean, you talk about a loaded question. That is a phenomenally loaded question, because I don't know, right? I can't think of just one thing, because there isn't, right? The thing about being a dad is it's all about everything. I mean, it's the sum of the parts. It's the whole thing, the whole shabam, the whole journey of life with these amazing young people, right? But it is fantastic. It is amazing. It is like the best thing ever. I mean, ever, right? Being a parent is one of those things which is a phenomenal privilege. It's a real honor. Now, my kids are 15, 13 and 10. You always have to think about that because it always changes. But they're this phenomenal age, right, where certainly my boys are becoming young men. They're turning into adults. You know, you go through seasons with the kids, don't you? And how you respond as a dad when they're young babies is quite different to how I respond to being a dad now. Still care, still love them, still totally enjoy it. But they're obviously at a very different phase of life. They were totally dependent on me when they were born. But now, yeah, not so much dependent on dad, except for taxi service, banking services. I mean, you know the thing, right? But all of it's a real privilege. And so you get to do this thing called life. You get to do this journey with them in life, and you get to see them grow and become these amazing people. And in some way, you know, me as a dad, I've had a big part in that, you know, in terms of who they're turning into. And when they're babies, I mean, the number one prayer, right, when your kid's born is, Lord, help me not to screw up this parenting thing too much, right? I know I'm not going to be perfect, but help me not to screw up my kids. As that would be amazing if I could somehow achieve that miracle. And you worry about that a lot, right, when they're born. But as they get older and you start to see them turn into these amazing people, and see the things that they do and who they hang out with and what it is their dreams and aspirations are and what kind of things they want to do, and you sit down and you're totally proud of them, and you're like, well, they are turning into some phenomenal people. And I look at it and go, I didn't do a bad job there. I'm quite proud of that. I'm quite pleased with that. That actually my kids are these incredible people, and I have this privilege of saying that I'm their dad, that I was part of that somehow, that somehow God said, you know what, these kids, Matt, they're yours, you're going to parent them and they're going to be cool and you're going to be able to help shape that. That's amazing, right? I mean, it is such a privilege and such a sense of awe being a parent. I mean, it's just, so what's the best thing? Everything. I mean, everything. You know, even the times when you're worried and you're up in the middle of the night going, what is going on with this crying baby? You know, or when they've hurt themselves, or you're not quite sure where they are. All the stress, the anxiety, the cost, it's all totally worth it. And there aren't that many things in life where you can look at it and go, the cost was worth it. But being a parent, you can do that. You know, you totally can do that. And the cost is well, it's insignificant compared to the reward. And that's the beautiful thing. The best thing about being a dad, I suppose, I don't know, it's a reward. It's the reward of being a dad. I could go on and on and on about this, and given that this is a vlog, I probably shouldn't do. But I thought it was a great question. I love it. I love being a dad. It's super, super cool. I even love being like a father figure to those who aren't genetically my kids. But that is probably another story and another vlog. But needless to say, we will talk about this some more in the podcast. So if you'd like to know more about what I think about being a dad, listen to the podcast, because we'll go into it just a little bit more in that. Closing news music. Okay, I don't know what that was. If you follow the Facebook Lives, you would have turned... And yeah, what to say?